Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today, we're going to be doing something a little different as I update you guys to a story that I covered before. The Leopard Karen, who got arrested at a bagel shop in Florida for not wearing a mask and then refusing to leave when asked to do so. Now, I can't show the original video because YouTube demonetized that video, and for a short time they even made it age restricted. But I'll leave a link in the description for you if you want to go check out that video for yourself. It's pretty funny if you ask me. So let's begin. Our first article comes from the Palm Beach Post. Cindy Falco de Corrado, or Karen as I'm going to call her, one of 4 candidates running for Boynton Beach Mayor, was convicted Tuesday of 2 misdemeanor counts resulting from her January 2021 arrest for refusing to leave a suburban Boca Raton bagel shop she entered unmasked. A jury deliberated for less than an hour before finding Karen guilty of trespassing and resisting an officer without violence. Each count is punishable by up to 1 year in jail. Maybe 1 year of jail would be enough to deter other people from acting this stupid in public. Karen, 63, will be sentenced on February 28th, leaving the possibility she will be in jail for the March 8th election. Don't worry, I'll be covering the results of the election as well. Karen was arrested January 14th at Einstein Bros Bagels. She claimed that an exemption from the county's mask mandate, which was in effect at the time, for religious and medical reasons allowed her to go inside the restaurant without covering her nose and mouth. Now, we've heard this time and time again, and that's not how exemptions work. If you do actually have an exemption from wearing a mask, then all the business has to do is make sure that you have reasonable accommodations to meet your needs. According to court documents, Karen declined a pretrial plea agreement that would have dropped both charges if she completed 50 hours of community service within 6 months. Now, I do find this plot twist highly ironic. I mean, she's running for mayor, which is a position that services the community, and yet she chose to fight a misdemeanor court ticket instead of just taking the community service and having the charges dropped. Karen, who is not an attorney, represented herself and declined to use a court-appointed public defender. Of course she did. Court documents filed by Karen leading up to her trial were often bizarre and sometimes incomprehensible. In one correspondence, she accused the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office of kidnapping her, assaulting her during a jail search, and said she refused to eat the food while in detention for fear it was adulterated with drugs to manipulate her. Karen, I hate to tell you this, but you're really not that important. In a motion to dismiss the case in June, Karen contended that the state, which she described as a fictional entity, sovereign citizen, did not have territorial jurisdiction. Sovereign citizen. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. These Karens are all moving towards the sovereign citizen movement and calling themselves American state nationals. They think, just like sovereign citizens do, that if they renounce their citizenship and become American state nationals, that the laws and mandates won't apply to them. Before Tuesday's jury trial began, Karen asked that Assistant State Attorney Jeremiah Romano be arrested, according to court documents, but Judge Ashley Zuckerman declined the request. Of course she did. Karen was also arrested in May 2020 for allegedly trespassing and resisting an officer without violence after authorities said she tried to stage an anti-mask protest at the Sunshine Flea Market with 2 other troglodytes. She told the Palm Beach Post in January that her decision to run for mayor was sparked by a desire to fight against tyranny and authoritarianism. And what better way to fight against tyranny and authoritarianism than by being a tyrannical authoritarian that demands everybody serves her as she wishes. Karen was a member of the Boynton Beach CRA advisory board when she was forced to resign in December 2017 after being accused by residents of making bigoted remarks. Surprise, surprise, she's a racist too. So let's continue. Palm Beach County Circuit Court Judge Ashley Zuckerman ruled that Karen, an anti-mask crayon muncher, must pay a $411 fine, but ignored the state's attorney's recommendation of 6 months of probation, along with community service and other fines. A group of about 25 supporters clapped and cheered after the sentencing was announced. Now, I don't know whether to be happy that only 25 people out of the 1.5 million people that live in Palm Beach County showed up, or sad because she's actually managed to convince 25 people to support her dipshittery. A 6-member jury deliberated for less than 1 hour on February 8th before finding Karen guilty of trespassing and resisting an officer without violence, both punishable by up to a year in jail. She represented herself in court. Partial hearings and the one-day trial in the case featured peculiar, sometimes incomprehensible motions and statements by Karen, and the Monday sentencing was no different. When addressed by the judge, Karen repeatedly responded by identifying herself as the woman arrested, kidnapped, photographed, and detained. At one point, she asked Zuckerman, does the state register people as property? If the sovereign citizen alarm bells aren't going off in your head right now, I absolutely don't know what to tell you. After Assistant State Attorney Jeremiah Romano detailed his sentencing recommendation, Karen was given the chance to answer. She followed by lying on her stomach on the courtroom floor and praying, reciting the Lord's Prayer at least a dozen times before appearing to speak in tongues. And yes, people, I have a portion of that video for your enjoyment.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
I hate to tell you this, Karen, but if you wanted Cthulhu to hear you, then you needed to lay on your back.
And I'm glad that people see my character.
Holy shit! Speaking of character, I think we just found the person who played Hoggle in the Labyrinth.
Know that I'm a woman of my word and of integrity. Yes, I'm a passionate woman, and that's how I'm going to fight for all the people, for what is right and what is true. I'm a constitutionalist, and I believe that each American should have the freedom to breathe, to have their belief system, and to stand firm on that. And that's why I'm running for the mayor of Boynton Beach.
Oh, that was amazing. Well done. That's the best turd I've ever seen. Congratulations. You're special.
Karen is part of a 4-candidate field running for Boynton Beach Mayor along with City Commissioner Ty Pensurga, Realtor Golene Gordon, and community activist Bernard Wright. And if you were wondering who won the Boynton Beach Mayor election, it was Ty Pensurga. But god damn it, if Karen didn't get 18% of the vote with a total of 1,710 votes. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoy this style of content because I really enjoyed making it. I get a lot of requests to cover stories like this, and unfortunately sometimes these stories don't have a lot of media that goes with them. But they're still just as stupid and worthy of talking about. So if you liked it, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. But please, leave a comment below letting me know what you did or did not like about this new style of content. I'd really like to know. And while you're down there, since this is like your 4th video of mine that you're watching, go ahead and hit that subscribe button with notifications on so you don't miss tomorrow's fastest video.
So we got fascists, and you're actually fascist. Fascism ran by fascist Nazis.
I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.